Hey everybody, and welcome to the Bullshit Party. And in this one we're going to be taking a close look at the new Podium vehicle, the Tahoma Coupe. As always, I'm going to be taking on a 360 on the car, giving you some facts about it, going to Los Santos Customs, customizing it, and the goal of this video is to tell you if it's worth it or not. Now with that, let's start off with that 360 tour I promised you, while I give you some facts about it. First and foremost, this vehicle in-game is going to cost $1.5 million. It was released in December of 2022, so 2 years ago as of the making of this video. It's a muscle car in terms of interactivity. This is what you can do with it. Open both of its doors, the hood and the trunk, and that's a beautiful American power, baby. It's based on the real-world Chevrolet Monte Carlo, and yeah, I gotta say, as far as the exterior is concerned, it's very distinctive looking. And I really like the rims, because they're shiny and I like shiny things, apparently. Now let's close everything back up and jump in and listen to how the vehicle sounds and what does the interior look like. And the interior is blue, and the way the vehicle sounds. And I've covered muscle cars that sound amazing, I've covered muscle cars that sound horrible, and this one just sounds like bleh. Now, the interior, as I said, it's blue, so let's get to Los Santos Customs. And of course, first things first, let's see what type of drivetrain we are dealing with here on the Tahoma Coupe. And of course, it's a muscle car, so it's gonna be a rear wheel drive type of thing. Now, since it's a muscle car, let's see how it does a wheelie, and that was really pathetic. Now, going to Los Santos Customs, and of course, on our way there, as always, I'm gonna be sharing with you my thoughts and impressions of the stock version of the Tahoma Coupe. And yeah, honestly, for $1.5 million for a muscle car, I really don't have much nice to say about it. In terms of top speed, it's the definition of middle of the road. Acceleration, same thing. Traction, handling, everything is just decent, but not great. One thing that I'm really curious to see is how it's gonna perform after fully modifying and customizing this. Because we've seen some vehicles that have completely transformed after leaving Los Santos Customs. But, of course, there's only one way to do that, and we need to get to Los Santos Customs first. But, yeah, this is literally the middle of the road, as mediocre as you can get for a vehicle. But if it's anything like the real-world version of this, it's gonna be bulletproof, so that's a good thing. That's if it fits like that. But, yeah, honestly, not much to say about this one. It's very mediocre. 2022 was a really bad year for GT Online vehicles, so keep that in mind as you are watching this video. Now, let's go to Los Santos Customs and customize. And, as said before, this is a muscle car, so no surprises there. What is going to be surprising is what we can sell this vehicle for. Because this is a Podium vehicle, we can sell it for, well, $5,000, probably not really a real price, because I sold the vehicle less than 18 hours ago, so do keep that in mind. So the regular sell price is probably going to be around $11,000. Now let's upgrade all the performance options up front so we don't forget anything, and it's time to get customizing. And of course, we are starting off with the front bumper. And I gotta say, I like shiny things, so let's make this vehicle as shiny as possible. And of course, the easiest way to do that is just by making everything chrome, or chrome-ish. So let's see, we have several exhaust options, and I gotta say, this is probably gonna be the deepest customization that the vehicle is gonna have. And also, I don't think I've ever seen this on another vehicle, so having a hood type of exhaust situation, kind of interesting. But I'm gonna go with the side exhaust, because, well, let's face it, just looks awesome. Now let's see what kind of hood options we have. Now, since this is a muscle car, it really shouldn't surprise you that we have huge blowers for the car. Now, as you can see, this one is interactive, which I really like, by the way. So, probably gonna go with it, but let's see the other options just to be sure that we're choosing the best one for our use case. Yeah, definitely gonna go with this one. And next, we are gonna go with changing the livery. As you saw, Rockstar gave us the Color Vines livery, but, well, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I'm not a big fan of liveries in general. So, we are going to be removing it, but these are all the ones you can choose from. Too bad that really this doesn't match the blower, but hey, it is what it is. Moving on to the mirrors, and this one, honestly, kind of surprises me because this is a very cool option. Wasn't expecting it from a vehicle released in 2022. The license plate, we're going to go with red because it's going to match the Bullshit Party emblem when I put it on the vehicle. Next up, of course, we're going to be respraying the vehicle at the end of our stay at Los Santos Customs. I'm not forgetting to respray it, I'm just waiting till the end of our stay. Now, one thing very curious here, that you can put a sunroof on the vehicle. Sadly, you cannot remove the roof in general, which would have been a cool idea and a cool feature, but well, I guess you need imagination for that, or something. Another quote-unquote customization option we have is we can slam the vehicle to the ground with the competition suspension, which I think it looks ugly, so not gonna be doing it, but it is what it is. The wheels and rims I really love, so I'm gonna be keeping them as they are. We're gonna go with the light smoke tint on the windows and the sunroof. I'm actually kind of disappointed. I was assuming that the sunroof was going to be independent, but it is what it is. Now, is that part of the video where we choose a color for this week's podium car. And this week's poll suggests that we need to make this vehicle red. So, guess what? First, we're going to check out all the chameleon colors and see if there is a cool red in here. And I already saw one, but ooh, the purple still looks fire. I gotta say, this purple looks amazing on every vehicle that I've seen it on. So, take that at face value, I guess. Well, let's see. Let's see the metallics, how they look. And I gotta say, a lot of colors look great on the Tahoma Coupe. But, well, the poll was there for a reason, so let's make it red. And I'm not really feeling those colors, so let's go back to the chameleon. And yeah, $50,000. I guess it's worth it, because it looks cool, and it's gonna be technically more expensive when I sell it afterwards, so I'm actually losing more money now that I think about it. Never mind. Now let's change everything, including the secondary color, because well, we want the vehicle to be looking good after all. So probably gonna go with the light gray here. The trim, I do like the baby blue, but well, just for kicks, let's change it up a bit. This looks like an old man interior, so probably a good choice for this particular car. The bullshit party emblem, sell value of the vehicle. And once again, I've just sold a car in GT Online, so the real retail value is probably gonna be like $116,000. And here we are on the outside, and I gotta say, nothing really changed aside from the blower. Everything else is pretty much the same. If you told me that this, again, aside from the blower, was the stock version of this car, I'd say, well, yeah, it is. In terms of jumping, as you can see, wheelies, it's not really good at those, but good thing that it's starting to rain, which is gonna allow me to test out the driftability and the drivability of the vehicle. Once again, the wheelies aren't really its thing. I actually am struggling to find what its thing is, so driving is kind of mediocre. Top speed and acceleration and handling and traction and, well, brakes are horrible. Who's this vehicle for again? As I said, brakes are just bad. They're just trucks that stop faster and better than this. I guess you can climb other vehicles, that's a benefit of it. But other than that, after driving this, I am legitimately struggling to figure out who was this vehicle made for. Is it for fans of the Monte Carlo? Because I don't know if there are that many out there. Is it for muscle car fanatics? For old, classic muscle cars? I don't think so, because there are a lot of more better options. A lot better options out there for cheaper that have better customization. The cool factor is there, of course, but the fact that it's also a coupe means you can only fit one other person in there. Which, actually, for me, it's not a problem, because I don't have any friends. But for you, it might be, so I'm just giving you a warning. So, just to put it briefly at the end of the video, in general, is this vehicle worth it? I legitimately don't think so. Even though this hasn't been on the podium before, I think this is just a bad car all around. Maybe if in the future they decided to give this Benny's upgrades, but for now, it's not worth it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Now for the moment of truth to see if this is an off-road vehicle, and so far the indicator is no. This far the indicator is even more no, and oh no, I'm losing control. Yep, it's confirmed. It's definitely not an off-road vehicle, but at least it has a huge blower on it.